Good afternoon from Lebanon On platform. I, Joël Aziz, have the great honor and pleasure today hosting His Excellency the Ambassador of India to Lebanon, Mr. Mohammed Noor Rahman Sheikh. Hello, Excellency.
Thank you very much for this.
You know, it's always a great pleasure and honor for me in person to hosting you first and to sharing insights about India. You know India, and we both know, and we should agree on that, that India is making a lot for Lebanon in terms of, let's say, to say the least, of the donations that have been given to our beloved country in times of challenges. And India even is just giving an invitation for all the people from all the globe, let's say for Lebanese people who are really willing to go for a training. You will tell us more and share your thoughts and insights about ITEC.
Sure.
How are you, Excellency?
I'm good, alhamdulillah.
Thank you for being with me, I, Joël Aziz. First to start, I want to listen to you as you tell me or you share your insights about the 17th anniversary of diplomatic relations between Lebanon and India. And then we move to the great achievement of 26 years for INBAT and contributions to Lebanon.
Sure. In fact, in 1954, the diplomatic relations between India and Lebanon was established. In that year, our Prime Minister, Mr. Jawaharlal Nehru, visited Lebanon, and that is the time when the Indian Embassy in Beiruut was set up. So this year completes the 70 years of the establishment of this diplomatic ties.
A significant milestone,
yes,
Excellency.
70 years,
Wow.
yes. And in these 70 years, we have seen, this relationship between these two great countries becoming much closer, and the relationship getting so strengthened in so many fields.
Sure.
You briefly mentioned about, the 26 years of the Indian battalion being in UNIFIL. So November 1998, they came in as part of the UNIFIL deployment.
Yes.
And this month, November, so they complete 26 years of their deployment. Similarly, there are so many other areas that we are proud of, in this relations. For example, the visits, high-level visits at the ministerial levels, visits.
The exchange of diplomatic visits.
Diplomatic visits.
Definitely.
Then people-to-people visits.
Sure.
A lot of people go from here for yoga, courses or retreats in India.
Definitely.
A lot of business people come here from India as well as go from here to India. There are various companies, big companies which have
trying to invest over there.
Yes, over there.
Sure,
they have their
sure.
offices in India.
Amazing.
Then there is this training program. We call it the Indian Technical and Economic Cooperation Program, ITEC program.
Tell us more, Excellency,
yes.
about the ITEC program and the contributions of India in a way to attempting or trying to build bridges between Lebanon and India.
Yes.
Especially that we know you have the best brains over there and the more or most advanced professionals. How can you trying to give some exchange to Lebanon, to say the least?
Sure. It's an honor for us in India to host, officials from various friendly countries for various courses of importance in the institutes of repute across the country. But recently we have decided to open it up for non-officials also.
Okay.
So, like for Lebanon, there is 75 slots in a year. Earmark for Lebanon.
75 slots. When we say 75
Yes,
slots, Excellency,
yes.
What are the main field of expertise and
Yes, so when we say
specialization?
75 slots, the time period start from April 1st of the year till the 31st March of the next year. And there are about 300 courses.
Amazing.
And it covers so diverse areas of interest, including gender empowerment, of accounting, of something related to environmental protection, computing,
How
IT.
can we apply in terms of Lebanese candidates?
Yes. So as I said, earlier it used to be only the officials which were nominated for these courses.
Okay.
Now we have opened it up for non-officials also. So anyone who is of a respectable,
Interested.
dignified standing. For example, someone who is a non-professional in media, or someone who is already working in NGO, someone who is a health professional, someone who is,
Yes.
someone has to have that kind of a basic, standing, of course.
Exactly.
And someone
the basic knowledge in order to expand.
Yes, of
definitely.
course. And then because the courses are in English, so obviously, basic knowledge of English as far as the communication is concerned.
It's going to be easy for linguists.
Obviously, and then Lebanon, obviously
definitely.
Lebanon being a country of such great people,
Exactly.
and of articulate and very, what do you call it, very qualified
highly
people.
ranked in order to
yes, I'm sure. So
to delve into this market of
yes,
expertise.
Exactly. And then the courses are, for duration of 1 week to say 4 weeks, for example.
Yes.
So depending on the particular course and particular institute,
And
they are across throughout the country.
Yes.
And then these courses are borne fully by the government. So including their air tickets, travel to and from here to India, accommodation in a hotel, food, the course fees, and then taking them around, those
it's very generous. It's very generous what India is doing.
We feel that it's our responsibility, to share in this growth process,
Even in times of challenges, for the time being, as we know that Lebanon is being turmoiled by the current situation. Even in times of challenges, is it a program that is still ongoing?
Oh yes, of course.
So they can apply.
In fact, just last week, two candidates from Lebanon actually went. They are actually undergoing training in India as we speak. Yes, and we have more nominations coming in for the future courses.
They must be lucky.
Yeah.
Let's agree on that.
Yes, and then other thing that when you talked about donation from India, we prefer to call it as a gift, because we feel that we are equal partners.
You are gifted people.
So we basically, when we send something here, for example, it is because of the ongoing requirements here.
Yes.
So we send in 33 tons of medicines, starting from last month.
Tell us more about these gifts, not donations, that you are calling so excellency. We know that you always deploy all efforts and give all the best of your performance and endeavors to help Lebanon. Tell us more about how the communication with India, between Lebanon and India, just started, and what are the parties precisely to whom you were reporting?
So like, for example,
put us in your, if I can say, internal process of doing so.
What we do is, for example, like when the Beirut port blast happened, there was there was an understanding that Lebanon required certain things, and then we sent in about 58 tons of required stuff. To help the people who were affected by that.
True.
Similarly, during this current crisis, we understood that there are a lot of requirement for medicines, for example.
Yes.
And then we got in touch with the health minister and health ministry officials.
So you were liaising with the Ministry of Health.
Yes, for this required thing.
Yes.
So we got in touch with them, and then we had a list, and this was sent from India as a gift from the government and people of India. For the government and the people of Lebanon. So that's how I put it away. Instead of a donation, it's a gift.
A humanitarian gift or aid, to say the least.
And we are looking forward to getting another consignment of foodstuffs and other dry rations for the people. Generally, mostly for those who have been displaced by this ongoing conflict.
Yet to be received during this month or
we are
in the coming days.
We are hoping that in the next few weeks we should get it, because that's how we are thinking.
And in person, because you are touch basing between Lebanon and India. How do you feel, Excellency, you and your team, when you achieve a good result, or let's say the humanitarian gifts or aids given to Lebanon?
We always felt so well connected with the people and government of Lebanon, because like in India, the Lebanese people are, welcoming.
Yes.
They are smart, educated. They're resilient. So when we decide to bring in certain things here, we bring with a lot of love and affection, and I think it is also accepted here. With a lot of affection and And when you when you mention of so many other things like the Jaipur artificial limb.
This one
thing.
we're gonna explore it together. Jaipur foot camp and prosthetic limb initiative.
Yes.
Well, actually, you are targeting this year. The goal is targeted to 1,000 limbs. This initiatives, where did it start? From which source?
Yes.
And your thoughts, Excellency, and insights about this very successful initiative.
So in Jaipur. It's a place about
Where is it located?
It is about 4 hours drive from Delhi.
Okay.
By flight, it's about 25 minutes.
Delhi is the capital.
Yeah. So it's like in that region. So there's a facility. It's a world famous facility. We call it as Jaipur Food.
Okay.
So this is basically this particular center develops certain technical know-how and various materials to manufacture artificial limbs, both hands and legs.
This is amazing.
Yeah, for those people whose hands and legs
who
have been
their legs and hands. Exactly.
So what we do is government of India funds for this processes, like for example here
there is a fundraising from the government.
The government supports this center
Yes.
by what you call absorbing all the cost.
All right.
Yes. So like in January 2023,
Yes.
last year, there was a camp here in Rafiq Hariri Hospital, wherein about 350 beneficiaries were provided, artificial limbs.
Amazing.
So this was almost 2 years ago. And so now we are looking at a much bigger, camp where we are targeting about 1,000 people to be beneficiaries. So we have initiated a process. We hope that it may take a few weeks or few months, I would say.
Any waiting list for those who lost?
So what we do normally again here is we work with the Ministry of Health. For this thing, and then of course NGOs and other
are
interested parties also are onboarded into that,
Yes.
and then we compile a list, and then we kind of allocate the days when someone is to be called for those affectation of their limbs, and then so this is how the whole thing is borne by the government of India, the cost and everything basically. So a team will come from India with all those material and who has.
So I say it in the beginning, at the very beginning, that India, the government of India, is very generous, and I will continue to say it always, because I remember how they were very generous during even the COVID crisis, how they were containing the virus and all the vaccinations that they just donated and gave. During that time. Excellency, future endeavors and projects, of course, for the Embassy of India to Lebanon. What are you up to in the days yet to come, and any ongoing project that you have in hand for the time being?
Yes, so sure thing. We are very keen to expand this ITech program, as I said. Along with the officials, we also want to include the non-officials and increase, utilize all of these slots and increase maybe from 75 to 300 slots for Lebanon for a year. So
amazing.
So and because the pool of people who can avail of this facilities is huge here. So we would like to provide
to become an extensive pool.
Yes. One is
definitely.
That. Other thing is we are very happy to see the kind of yoga enthusiasts, yoga practitioners available in this country throughout the country. In June we had this International Day of Yoga.
Yes.
And we kind of organized it in 8 different locations. So we did it in Nakura, we did it in Iblisaki, we did it in Shuf, we did it in Tripoli, we did it in Baalbek, in the ruins, we did it in Byblos, we did it in Beirut. So we did it everywhere.
We hope those days will come back to us again.
And we would also like to send yoga trainers or enthusiasts for ITech as well. We'll have a yoga course, in India for about 20-25 of these practitioners and send it there, for example.
Yes.
Then, we also would like more students to avail of the scholarships for studying in India. We also provide scholarship for the students, for their engineering or higher studies, for masters or or PhDs.
Yes.
So in India, there are various great institutes, which are now, accepted in great rankings, in the world, great education.
Great spots for education.
Yeah. So we would love more of the students to go and avail of those facilities there in full scholarship,
Yes.
And then, of course, we would like to see more engagement at the economic level. Trade and economic level, currently India is like 9th as far as Lebanon's trading partners are concerned.
It has always been skyrocketing, the economic relationship between the two countries.
But it has improved in the last couple of years. Basically, post-COVID, I think it has kind of come up much better. We would like to see, to go much ahead of it. It is almost about $600 million in a year.
Yeah.
See, just before the COVID, the best year before COVID, 2019.
Yes.
It was just about $200 million, the bilateral trade between India and Lebanon. Now it's about $600 million. We would like to see, reaching $1 billion soon. And maybe more, because
let's hope. Let's hope for this.
Yeah, exactly. So we like to see more of this both import and export going on between these two countries.
The exchange between the two countries.
Like to see,
Talking about India very quickly and in brief, the main touristic spots.
Yeah.
Can you tell us?
India is a large country which has great history and great, spots for travel and tourism.
Yes.
You go to Delhi, you find, various historical monuments there. You go to, Jaipur, you go to Agra, the Taj Mahal. You go to, Srinagar or Kashmir in the north. You have this, huge skiing resorts and, natural.
Fantastic excellence.
You go to, and Jaipur, as I said, it's near the desert. It's a Thar desert, is the place of desert. Then you go to the south, you have west of it, Mumbai is again another historical city. You go to the south of it to, Goa, another great, tourist location. Kerala, which is again very well known.
They say Kerala is very
good for Ayurveda and various other things,
Sure.
Then, you have this great islands of Lakshadweep and Andaman and Nicobar Islands. People go for scuba diving and various other things. You go to the northeast part of India, great, great flora and fauna. Go to Kolkata.
The fauna and flora are very well
yes.
known.
So exactly. So you choose any place of the country. Like you go to Indore, for example, it's in the center of the country, and it's the cleanest city in India. It's like very well known for its cleanliness and things like that. So you choose any place. Banaras, for example.
This is super.
The great, historical.
I've heard about.
Yeah, the great historical. One of the oldest living cities in the world.
Exactly, and they have the UNESCO Patrimony Heritage, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it is there. Yes, we have centers for Armenian church. We have for all. And India is such diverse country that every religion of the world has a presence in India.
Amazing.
So and then the kind
and
of
they do their celebrations.
Yeah, of course.
The festival.
Yes, of course. The festivals. There are festivals of its religious denomination.
Exactly.
Of Christians, of Hindus, of Muslims, of everyone. So I think that it's a great country that one should visit. I would like to appeal to all the viewers. If they have not visited India so far, they should visit it.
Yes.
They should they can choose which location of India they want to visit.
So this is a call for all Lebanese audience watching us later on, and the whole audience to visit India. And if we're gonna count it from here, from Lebanon, any future project, Excellency, to make the road shorter and to have a direct flight from Lebanon to India.
Yes, in fact, when I came here on 2nd August last year, for my assignment, to take up my assignment as ambassador. So before coming here, I was Joint Secretary Economic Diplomacy in the Ministry of External Affairs, which also meant dealing with Civil Aviation Ministry, the airlines and other things.
Yes.
So when I was coming here, I had to come via other countries. So I inquired about it. Can't a direct flight be initiated between here to India? And I was told that, till 1975, there used to be a direct flight from Beirut to Mumbai, which went ahead to Sydney.
Exactly.
And this sector used to be one of the, most busiest sectors. So, and then I met, Middle East Airline Chairman, Mr. Mohammed Al-Laud. And then, we agreed we exchanged notes. And a study was done, and we realized that about 60,000 people, travel between this two countries.
A congested
yeah.
road.
So this can actually be revived.
Definitely.
So I have already reached out to the Indian airlines, Air India and another the national carrier, Indigo. So they are also very keen. So we are hoping that once the situation becomes better, things are compatible, this can actually be
for sure
be reinstated. Basically. So we
for sure,
are looking for it.
Let's hope for the best.
Yes, for sure.
Your Excellency, Mr. Mohammed Noor Rahman Sheikh. By the
Yeah.
end of our interview, again, I want to thank you, Aijawal Aziz, for being our guest today. It's our great honor. What is your message to the audience, to the Lebanese audience?
Yes, India will always stand with Lebanon in all its times of anything that Lebanon needs, and where India can be of any support will always be there. And that was one of the reasons why I pushed for Lebanon to join International Solar Alliance, and the Prime Minister and the Cabinet, the Minister, Energy Minister, Mr. Fayyad, they all agreed, and then he joined, he signed joining the International Solar Alliance in August, for example.
Sure.
So because I felt that this is a mutually beneficial thing. So much of sunlight is there in Lebanon. 330 days of a year you have sunlight here. Why don't you use it? Because it can actually help, in kind of, addressing the energy needs of the country.
Sure.
And India can certainly be of help, and the alliance can be of help to this purpose.
Sure
So
thing.
things like this. So we'll continue to work closely with all the stakeholders here, both government, non-government, the NGOs, professionals, wherever any kind of assistance is required from India, we'll continue to do. We are very proud of what our Indian battalion is doing in UNIFIL. They have they have great ties and close relations with the local population, because of various medical camps and veterinary camps and other things that we do, various quick impact projects that we did, throughout the south of Lebanon and other places of the country. We'll continue to do all these works that we have been doing it, and we'll in fact intensify it for the better good of the people of Lebanon, and also of course to increase the ties between India and Lebanon in days ahead. Yes.
Best of luck for your future endeavors. I can say, I don't have the right to say it or give my opinion, but I have to say it. Your Excellency, Mr. Mohammed Noor Rahman Sheikh, you are a very dynamic, energetic, and professional ambassador who is really looking forward to build bridges between the two nations. Thank you for being my guest.
Thank you very much. Thank
Namaste.
you so much. Namaste. Thank you very much.
Namaste.
Thank you.